Yo, slow budget. Once again. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Today's date is March 29th, 2023, and it is a Wednesday. Half the week's almost here. The month's almost up. We got Saturday is April Fool's Day. That'll be the first. So, man, it's like I said, this year's flying by. Quick update on my push-up challenge. Today is day 88 of my push-up challenge. So at the end of the day, I would have done 3,916 push-ups. And with after tomorrow's, I'll be at 4,005 push-ups for the year. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. I feel stronger. Still going strong. That's only 3 sets of 30 now to knock them out. So yeah, I'm still going strong. It'll start getting harder in a couple of months, but for now, everything's going pretty good. Man, I just want to bring up a couple things Facebook wise. Man, Facebook, I don't know how their algorithm works, but I've been getting banned and muted so much. And usually I get banned because I know I said something wrong. I'm getting muted for like 24 hours for like I said, mentioned before, I do a lot of sales on Facebook. I sell sports cards, comic books, just you name it. I'm in different groups and I'm always selling stuff, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, everything. So I take pictures of my cards and I put them on in a group and I sell. And because I posted too many pictures, they call it spamming, and I got to mute for 24 hours. I said, this hurts my business. This hurts me financially. So, I mean, there's workarounds. I'm just going to get multiple accounts, and I use my daughter's account to finish a sale in another group. But I'm just like, man, it just sucks. I don't know how their algorithm works, but to get a ban, and then I get unbanned. I'm thinking, okay, I only had like 5 more pictures to post of some cards for people, and I got another 24-hour ban. So I was just like, oh, man. It ended last night. I'm going to try to do a workaround, figure out, I'm going to have to just do a separate account for my sports cards and then just my regular Facebook. But it sucks. While we're on the subject of internet apps and all that, TikTok. I don't know if anybody knows right now, but TikTok is in Congress right now they're trying to make a ban on TikTok because it's owned by a Chinese group. And if you look at all the stuff, permissions you give when you use TikToks, I didn't write a list, but there I know they let you voice recording, video, they got access to everything in your phone. And you give them the right when you accept the app. So with them being a Chinese-based company, the U.S. is, China's getting a hold of a lot of people's personal things. Now, to the average person, we're not seeing anything, but if you work for the government, if you work, and then you have TikTok on your phone, you're just watching videos, they're now accessing everything in your phone. So to the average person, it doesn't seem big, but so right now that's going through Congress. And the thing is, this is what I was reading. Even if they do ban it, how are they going to enforce it? It's going to be, that's what the internet is. It's just, there's not one way of stopping this tree with all these limbs. So it's interesting. I'm following along. So if they do ban it, like I already know it's already banned for the government. If you're a government official employee, it cannot be on your phone. Or your work phone, I should say. Like I said, so people have private phones. So I just don't understand how it's going to go if they do ban it, but I'm curious to see how this plays out. And right now, the tensions with China are just rising and rising. I guess the Taiwanese president is in the U.S., and China said if the House Speaker meets with her, they're going to retaliate. So I don't know what that means, but like I said, yeah, the tensions with China are pretty high. While we're on TikTok, there's one trend that's crazy. Like our whole world revolves around views. How many views you got? How many views you got? So now there's a thing. Like there's a Kevin Hart clip that's funny, and everyone's seen it's funny. So what people are doing is recycling it. They're a picture of their face giving their reaction to the Chris Rock video, and then another guy will have that guy's face and now his face giving a reaction. So it's just boomeranging and just piggybacking off these likes, and I just thought that was a weird concept. But like I said, people do anything for views nowadays. New thing I'm gonna bring to the show is a lot of people are always interested, what movies do I like, what music do I like? So I'm gonna start doing movies, like my top 10 movies, top 15 movies, or just movies I like in general. And last night, me and the kids watched one of them. The movie is She's Out of My League. That is just a funny movie. And what makes this movie great is that there's some stars in it, like semi-stars, but no big, huge, The Rock Johnson's not in it. No, just Kevin Hart. It's just a good movie with regular actors that are, well, obviously they're famous, but I wouldn't say superstars. So, I mean, for instance, if I tell you, do you know Jay Baruchel? You're like, no, but then if I tell you what movies he did, oh, okay, I know that guy. and the female lead, Alice Eve. Now this, oh my God, she's out of my league. She is so beautiful, and this is what's funny. I would have thought I would have saw her in more stuff. She's in a few things. She was in Iron Fist, and she's been acting for a long time, but she was never like the hit star of her own movie, and she's not a household name. But she's talented, beautiful. Jay Baruchel to me is just hilarious. So he's also in another one of my favorite movies I'll talk about later, Fanboys. He plays Windows in Fanboys. He's just hilarious. So what this movie is he's an average guy working at an airport. Beautiful lady comes through, and all eyes are on her. She forgets her phone. He returns it later, and they kind of start dating slowly, and everyone is just shocked because she's like a 10, perfect 10, and he's like a hard 5, as they say in the movie. So they're like, it just doesn't make sense. And I think I can relate to this movie because a lot of women I've dated in my life growing up, they were all like way out of my league. And people are always like, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm funny. I don't know. I rap. I'm funny. I'm interesting, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I've dated a lot of women that were just, you could say, out of my league growing up. And I just think, I don't know, my personality bumped me up 4 notches. If I was a 5, my personality made me an 8 or 9. So I don't know. But I relate to this movie, and it's just hilarious. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it. So I'm just going to give a couple of like funny facts from the movie that as I was researching this, that Jack and Marnie, those are like the characters. Jack and at the time he broke up with Marnie, they were actually brother and sister in another movie, The Stones. So that's got to be weird, playing brother and sister in a movie, and next thing you know, you're in a movie playing boyfriend, girlfriend. And when he brought the main character Molly home to meet his family, they're in the pool, his brother's in the pool, and he's like, how'd you guys meet? He's like, did you hit her car? That actually has a hidden meaning. She was in a movie called Crossing Over. She plays an illegal immigrant who's forced into a relationship with Ray Liotta because she hit his car. So now when he says, did you hit his car? If you knew that line makes sense. One of my favorite characters in this movie was Kristen Ritter. She actually plays Jessica Jones in the Marvel Universe, and she's Molly's best friend. And she just has that bitchy attitude, and she just makes the movie funny. So like I said, if you haven't seen this movie, I suggest you watch it. And what's weird is this movie was not rated well by critics. And again, a critic is just one man's opinion. So for me saying I love this movie, it's probably in my top 20 movies of all time, and someone else is like, that movie sucked. Okay, my opinion, your opinion. We're all allowed opinions in this world. But yeah, critics were giving it 1 out of 4 stars. And for the most part, it was given probably like a B minus average, 3 out of 4 stars, a majority, but a few people even gave it 1. Rotten Tomatoes, 56%. So anyway, I love this movie. It was made for $20 million, and it grossed over $50 million. So, the company made its money. It was filmed in Pittsburgh, which I like because it's filmed at a Penguins game. Again, she's out of my league. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go watch it. Very funny movie. With that, I'm going to end the show today. Today's Wednesday. I'll put in some questions for the Thursday and Friday on Snapchat. That's the thing. I've been lagging. I don't know why. I do my podcast, and usually I give a link on Snapchat, link on Facebook, link on Instagram, and I just forgot to do that over the last days. But I'm still getting views, so that tells me that's the hardcore listeners. That if I'm not even advertising it and you're still listening, I appreciate that. This is who I'm doing it for the ones that want to listen every day and interested in the junk I talk about. So like I said, thank you for that. Give a shout out to my grandson, Ethan. My son tells me he listens. He's a regular listener. So, and they're like, what are you listening to? He's like, I'm listening to the Big Burn Show. And I just thought that was funny when my son told me. So I love you, Ethan. I know I don't see you as often. I'm trying to get out to California soon to see you guys. I just want to let you know I love you and your sister and your brother and your mom and dad. So give a shout out to my family in California real quick. With that, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Burn 1. Yo. 21. Slow budget. Once again.